Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. But if this is the first time you're stopping by, my name is Gina and I am a wife and mother from the Midwest, and I like to make fresh meals for my family and post the videos here on YouTube. So without further ado, today we are going to be doing a recipe tutorial for something that I get requests for all the time, and that is my Salsa Verde, or the green Mexican salsa that you would get at a taco joint. And I will also be divulging my top secret tip on how to pick the best and spiciest jalapenos. So if either of those things interest you, I'd appreciate it if you could give this video a like, if you could subscribe, and maybe hit that bell icon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the ingredients. We are going to be using either 8 or 9 tomatillos, which are the green husked tomatoes that you'll find in the grocery store. So they just look like regular green tomatoes with the skin. And we're going to go ahead and peel those and wash them. We are going to be needing 4 jalapenos. And the secret is, like, it doesn't really matter how many tomatillos you have or how many jalapenos. You can make salsa with anything, but it's 2 tomatillos for every 1 jalapeno. So that's like the formula. So just mental note, 2 jalapenos for every 1 tomatillo. So moving on, we are also going to be using half of a white onion, 1 or 2 cloves of garlic. I'll determine that once I open this up. They look pretty large, so maybe just 1. My top secret ingredient, nor Suiza, which, if this is the first video of mine that you're watching, this is just chicken bouillon powder, and this is very traditional in Mexican cooking. They use it in place of the salting agent in a lot of recipes. So get this, they have it at Aldi's, a huge tub for like $4, I want to say. And then lastly, we're gonna just need some black pepper and a handful of cilantro, and this is just rinsed and dried off, so that's why it looks like a weird little clump there. So that's it for our ingredients. That's literally it. Just tomatoes, chiles, onion, garlic, cilantro, and then some spices. And I wanted to tell you my top secret tip on how to pick spicy, good jalapenos. And do you see these little lines? Let's focus. I used to never pick these jalapenos with these lines on them. Come on, focus. Focus. Anyways, I think you can see what I'm talking about. Let's see if we can pick up another one. Maybe it'll get it this time. Oh, come on. Anyways, you know what I mean. The jalapenos that look dried out and they have these little lines on them, those are the ones that you want to pick. There we go, because they are the spiciest. So I don't know about you, but I hate when I get a bunch of jalapenos and I make a recipe and it's like not spicy enough, because the chiles can vary so significantly in their spice level. What the heck is going on with this? I left cleaner on this cabinet handle and it peeled off. My husband's gonna be so mad. Oh my gosh. Well, this is real life. So we got to keep moving. Oh man. Anyways, so when you're at the grocery store, go ahead and buy the jalapenos that have the wrinkles on them and the lines, because that means that they're good and spicy. So let me go ahead and get set up for our prep. Hopefully our video will start focusing again, and I will be back in just a moment. I just decided that I'm not going to do a time lapse for prep, because the only thing I had to do was wash and peel the tomatillos. So they're nice and clean, and toss them in the Instant Pot. And also wash and just take the end off of the jalapenos and stick them all inside the Instant Pot. We're going to be adding, I'd say, like 1 to 2 cups of water. So we just fill that up. So I'm going to put this much in there, probably about 2 cups. And then that's it for this part. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on the Instant Pot and turn the vent to seal. And then I am going to do manual pressure cook, and it's going to be for 4 minutes on average when you have normal sized tomatillos, but these ones are honkers, like really big. And the jalapenos are really huge as well. So I'm going to toss an extra minute on there for for fun, just to make sure that everything's cooked. So I'm gonna let this come to pressure and cook. And I went ahead also and I just took care of our onion. So it's peeled. This is half of the white onion, and I just sliced it up so the blender has an easier job blending it. And then this is 1 large clove of garlic, or you could use 2 small. And then here's our cilantro. So all of this, along with, I'd say a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And then this we're gonna have to kind of add as we go. So I'm gonna start with a tablespoon, and then we'll taste it for flavor and continue on. So while this cooks, I'm gonna go ahead and pop all of this stuff in a blender, and we will be back when we're ready to finish up our salsa. Our salsa has finished pressure cooking. So I just jumped on to show you, you move this vent to venting and let out all the steam. And once that's done, I will be back because this is a little loud. Okie dokie, so this is what it looks like when we're done. Usually they are a little bit more solid and held together, so I guess it didn't need the extra minute. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these tomatoes using a slotted spoon. Pop them in the blender with our onion, garlic, and nor Suiza. And I did want to mention that I'm keeping the cilantro to the side because it's added at the very, very end. So let me go ahead and use both hands so I don't burn myself, and I will be back when everything we need is in the blender. Everything is in the blender carafe. I'm going to plug in the blender, and I'm going to blend this for 2 or 3 minutes or until it is completely smooth. And at that point, we will taste it for salt and add our cilantro. And I'm so sorry it got so messy, but I was making cabbage slaw for fish tacos, which I have another video for on my channel, and I'll probably put a link somewhere in here. So let me go ahead and get this blended up, and I will be back again. Okay, so our salsa is done blending. I don't know if you could see through the glass, but I mean, a couple seeds are okay. You're not looking for like super crazy fine salsa. This is just an everyday table salsa that we use like on everything. I think my camera is dirty. In our house, so if you wanted it to be super perfect and fancy schmancy, you could run it through a fine mesh sieve, but we're not gonna do that. So I'm gonna take off the lid, taste it for salt. You know, it's freaking good already because I'm good. So 1 tablespoon of nor Suiza is on point. We are going to chuck this whole handful of cilantro in there. And the reason we are doing it at the end is because I like to see the pieces of cilantro in there. But if you just want to do one-stop shop, you could put it in there. This is just my way I do it. So I'm actually going to switch the blender to low and then use the chop function for a second. So bear with me, it's going to be loud. And that is it. So back to our close-up. You can see that it is nicely speckled with the cilantro. It is still very hot, so be very careful while you're doing all of this. I would probably actually recommend you put a hot cloth over, or a hot cloth, or a rag or a cloth over the top of the lid, because sometimes it builds up pressure. But this is our salsa. It is delicious, simple. You can thin it out with some water if you wanted to make some really delicious chilaquiles. And if we don't finish it during the week, that's actually what I'll end up doing with it next weekend. This is good on tacos. It's good on eggs. It's pretty much good on everything. And if you wanted to do something crazy, you could even toss a whole avocado in here, pitted and seeded, obviously. Pitted and peeled. There we go. And then blend it up for a salsa aguacate, which is just a creamy avocado salsa. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thrown into a mason jar, which is how I store it. It will be in there in the fridge throughout the week. I totally lost my train of thought, so give me a minute and I will be back with the finished product. Okay, so I am back for a couple of final thoughts with our green salsa or salsa verde here. It is, I ended up making about like 2.5 of these, so I filled up one regular mason jar and then like one Costco peaches jar that I saved. So this makes quite a bit of salsa, but we are a Mexican-American family here, so we eat a lot of salsa, so this is a good amount for us. If you wanted to cut the amount in half, you are more than welcome to. As I had mentioned before, the formula is 2 tomatillos for every jalapeno, and you should be able to taste everything else from there. So I hope you give this a try. As I said, this is one of my most requested recipes, so I hope you enjoy it with your family. And if you do, if you could go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you thought, I'd sincerely appreciate it. And I don't know, maybe I'll be back with showing you what it looks like on the fish tacos. But anyways, thanks for stopping by my kitchen, and have a great night or day.